Yes, it's Jumani, also known as Jubian Watchna, is always Arsenal. 2-2 against Chelsea in the English Premier League. And boy, disappointed with the performance, but we were able to get back into the game and eventually equalize to end the game 2-2. But let me start with the goalkeeper. Of course, Raya in goal. Very uncomfortable these days. The media coming down on this situation with the goalkeeper, our goalkeepers. I predicted this little, how to put it, it's not attention, but it is attention on our goalkeeping department, it's not really attention, but attention, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, Ryan goal, we had Ben White right back, we had Zinchenko left back, we had Gabriel and Saliba in the centre back position, Jorginho in front of them with Declan Rice, we had Odegaard, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and Bukayo Saka. Now, that's a good lineup. With the exception of Jorginho, I still don't believe that Jorginho needs to start. Yes, he has the experience and of course his former team, but we start with Thomas Partey and Declan Rice in the midfield. Something is going on with Thomas Partey. I'm not quite clear, but most likely it's an injury and he can start. So we started and they dominated the first half. We weren't able to put together passes, and I feel like with Jorginho being in the midfield, as much as he how to put it, boy, he just not providing that support for Declan Rice that we need in the midfield. And as a result, our defense was exposed. Of course, unfortunate penalty and unfortunate second goal, floops. But we weren't able to get our flow. And I feel like once our midfield is not solid enough in terms of the defensive setup to give Gabriel and Saliba the protection, I feel naturally going forward and all, the flow is not there. And Jorginho can't start on my side. We eventually made the substitution of Zinchenko, who is becoming more and more a liability in the left back position. Of course, he's great going forward. I'm sweating right now, but he's great going forward. But in the defensive, once he's against a good winger, he can end up in some problems. He's a big player, but defensively, I think that's the reason why we brought in Timber. Unfortunately, he got injured, but I feel like Timber more and more looking like the ideal wing back to play on the other side, especially against the likes of Sterling when we bounce up those kind of players on the wing. In terms of the game, we did really well to come back into the game. As a matter of fact, we are better than Chelsea FC. As a matter of fact, we are still unbeaten. As a matter of fact, that was a little blip following the international break, and I expect us to come back in the Champions League, and it will be a tough game against Sevilla, but we still going to maintain our unbeaten run in the English Premier League, and we're going to start to find our way back to the top of the English Premier League table. Of course, Trossard scoring, big up Trossard. He didn't really return since his injury on the right footing, but he's scoring here and there, and it's always good to build his confidence. Saka has a problem, but when I see how Saka is balancing his fitness levels to really dominate this league, and I anticipate Saka to have a really good season. It's just right now he's not really kind of wavering, but we're going to get there. But until next time, watch now is always Arsenal.